Welcome to the Radfield Home Care Podcast, Episode 1, Winter Wisdom. With the focus today on winter traditions and treats we should continue to love and enjoy. With myself, Trudy Meredith, Marketing Manager at Radfield, joined by Samuel Holmes, Owner and Director of Radfield Home Care Bexhill, Hastings Battle. Welcome, Samuel.
Thank you, Trudy.
Today we would like to share with you some insightful words of wisdom, kindly presented by Samuel, who previous to launching Radfield dedicated much of his career as a social worker working with older people. My first question to Samuel is, we are now moving into a season of unusual festive celebrations. How does this look for older people and their loved ones living in a COVID society?
I mean, look, I think many people are understandably still very afraid of COVID-19 and are being cautious about spending time with one another. I think the summer was less of a problem when infections dropped and we could meet outside. But now the seasons have changed and the numbers have gone up again. People are being more cautious about meeting up with each other. But unfortunately, this has coincided with Christmas, which is typically the time of the year when we do travel and we do attend events or spend time with people that we may not have seen other times of the year. For many older people, this means being a bit more socially active. It's more mentally stimulating. And the main issue I can see is if you are an older person staying at home, this may protect you from the virus, but it can lead to other serious problems. For example, loss of mobility, especially as a result of not moving around as much. And of course, the really damaging psychological impact of living with so much stress and uncertainty. People are being asked to socially distant, and this leads to loneliness and other problems. Just in this community and amongst our clients, my experience is there is a substantial group of older people who have been left frightened, depressed, and feeling very much alone. People have told me that they can no longer take pleasure in things they used to enjoy. And with no end yet in sight, they have found it hard to look forward to Christmas. Other people have said to me, when life returns to normal, or some normality, they think they might have missed their last proper Christmas. And this is really sad, especially if they're living with a long-term health condition, and those fears are really quite genuine.
No, thank you for that. We know as we grow old, small pleasures and treats like a glass of sherry with a mince pie at Christmas can perhaps become few and far between. So Samuel, why do you think it is important that we encourage our older generations to not deny themselves these small pleasures?
I mean, look, it's no secret that stopping drinking may improve the state of your liver, or eating, less fatty foods might help your fever. And I personally doubt the overall benefits of denying yourself a treat at Christmas or any other time of the year, to be honest. In moderation, festive food and drink is not sufficiently bad for you to not have at all. And I think it's better to focus your attention on building the positive aspects of an older person's life, things like keeping mentally and physically active, nutrition, sleep, and keeping connected to the people who love you. What we should be doing is enabling older people to think positively about their lives, as opposed to dropping the negative aspects or the perceived negative aspects that, in their life. I believe that whatever you focus your attention on grows, so better to pay more attention on the positive aspects of your life than what is perceived as bad for you. The exception is, people with addictions. We shouldn't make exceptions, for things like, drink at Christmas for people who are living with addiction. But as for those occasional treats or seasonal treats, I think people should enjoy and embrace them this time of year.
Yeah, thank you. Another question. So can you recommend any activities at home that should be a must this Christmas with family and friends?
Look, it's really unfortunate that many older people spend Christmas on their own. In these circumstances, it's important to make sure they're included in as much as possible in the lead up to Christmas. Of course, the week itself when we're all on holiday, or most of us are on holiday, things like I've seen work or perhaps going out in the car, having a look at some of the Christmas decorations that are now adorned on people's houses, spending some time writing cards or wrapping gifts, and hopefully we'll be able to go and have a meal out maybe and have a break from the kitchen. And loneliness is by no means an inevitable part of ageing. I mean, people do become isolated, but during Christmas time, the companionship and support of friends seems to mean even more than usual, which is why loneliness feels even harsher.
Yes, I'm sure. And just my final question to you, why do you think older people give up some of the things that they enjoy? And how do we encourage them to live their best life?
I mean, look, it's all too common to see an older adult lose interest in the things they once loved. In some cases, they may give up hobbies or pastimes due to physical challenges. And I've seen myself, people who have, wonderful gardens, not able to go out there and do as much because they can't bend or stand as long anymore. But some of the causes are far less cut and dry, and some older adults simply give up their interest because they stop finding pleasure in them. And those are really sort of red flags for me, where people begin to lose interest, because that suggests there's sort of an underlying psychological problem. Things to look out for: a lack of motivation to do sort of normal things, general apathy. People may not get the pleasure from activities that they used to, and they can start resenting the interesting hobbies that we would normally have seen them to be doing and really enjoying. Whatever the cause, it can be dismaying enough, really upsetting to witness that if you do have an older relative or a neighbour or friend, lose interest in hobbies or relationships, and this can be frustrating. What I would say to people is, staying socially connected and engaged can give an older person a real sense of fulfilment, and may even help them avoid more serious sort of long-term mental health problems in the future. The message from me is help your loved ones stay connected to others in any way you can.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you very much, Samuel, for your advice this afternoon. And we hope that this topic has been valuable to our listeners. In the next Winter Wisdom episode, the focus will be on planning for a warm and comfortable Christmas at home. And we look forward to you joining us then. So thank you very much once again, Samuel.
Thank you.